Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this exciting book launch event of The Pink Beagle, penned by Dr. Vikas K Singh and published by Brown Pages Publication. Let us know a little more about the book. So we know that with shrinking boundaries, globalization has changed the face of consumerism. And with that, there have been paradigm shifts in the trends of international marketing. With this, people have a lot of questions. How do they decide when to enter into a global business? How to seek the correct advice? How to devise the correct strategies? And what factors should one consider when you enter any new market? Whose opinion will you seek when you're newbie in the export import business? And the decisions that you take, you base them on some fancy website, on some influencers. So what do you do? And here comes the Pink Beagle, which is a one-stop solution. It's a complete resource guide for anyone interested in learning the nuances of international marketing and global trade. So why should you choose the Pink Beagle? Now, navigation through the tough environment of export and import business, through strategies that are actually innovative and new can be challenging. So we need to work out a plan, scan the global environment with changing scenarios. So be it shipping or logistics or product planning, at all stages, you need international frameworks to win the market. So here, Pink Beagle can actually help lots of budding entrepreneurs and even give lots of new information, path-breaking new information about the entire world of exports, imports, and international marketing. So let us know a little more about the author. So he is Dr. Vikas Kumar Singh, and he's no stranger because he's an international marketing strategist and best-selling author. His previous book, The Return Ticket, won many accolades. His posts are read with great interest by people in international business, and his business workshops help people better understand the TPB framework. Dr. Singh holds a degree in law from Delhi University and also holds a doctorate in business administration from Lucknow University. Dr. Singh has published several articles and papers in various journals and has worked in leading organizations like Nestle, Unilever, Shahi Exports, and Godfrey Phillips. He has launched several brands in international markets and has over 2 decades of practical exposure to major regions all across the globe. So I warmly welcome Dr. Vikas Singh to take the center stage. And it's your day today, sir. We are all anxiously waiting for you to tell us more about your journey, how you conceptualized the Pink Beagle, and answer the one question that everyone has been waiting for. How do you, how do you say that, do you have a Pink Beagle? What people should answer when they say, do you have the Pink Beagle? Why they should ask themselves this question? So please tell us about your journey, sir, and please answer this question.
Thank you, Chitra, for that wonderful introduction. And I heartily welcome all the guests on the panel. So let me share the story. And before starting the story, let me share you 3 principles which have been a guiding factor for me all across my over 2 decades experience in the international trade. And the number one has been, as in the export business, it is the country before the profit, which means many times as an exporter, many times as an entrepreneur, when we enter the international business, we are the brand ambassador of the country, okay? So when you are representing as an individual before an importer, it's not you, it's not your product, it's India which you are representing. So one of my very guiding factor is, whenever you are in international business, remember you are a brand ambassador of the country. So you have to be very careful what you speak, what you talk, and what quality product you are offering in the international market. The second principle, which has always been guiding me, is the customer before the profits. Now, here is the problem with many of the exporters, including me. I also made this kind of mistakes, where we start thinking about short-term gains, short-term profits. Okay, I have got the first order. Let me see how much I can extract into it. In this first order, how much I am going to make the profits. But remember, friends, the importer which has trusted you with your order, he is trusting you, okay? So you have to trust, you should not break the trust of the customer. So before the profits, you have to think of your customer, the customer who has given the trust in you. And the third thing, which is related to the second point only, character before the profits. These are the three principles. And by character, I mean, many times we start taking shortcuts to make margins from our existing business, how much we can more extract. So I always believe whatever you show to your buyer, just honor your commitments. Even if you're making loss into your first order or second orders, just honor your commitments and never make any shortcuts in the international business. So these are the three guiding principles which have always guided me. And I encourage everybody to just follow these three principles if you are into the international business. Coming back to the Pink Beagle, so let me give you an example. Let's say you enter a supermarket or you enter a garment store. Here you enter in the market, and as soon as you go towards the shelf, you keep on passing by. Somewhere you find one product which is standing out, which is saying, "Come, try me." Or there is a one brand which is popping out of the shelf, which is saying, "Please come and take me." Friends, that is the product which I call it a Pink Beagle, which catches your attention, which forces you to spend your money onto that product. That is the Pink Beagle. Because the export market is very, very competitive. Me Too products won't sell. Okay, you need a very, very innovative strategies, some kind of USP, some kind of ESP, some kind of things which make you stand out in the international markets. That's the whole concept about the Pink Beagle. It's a framework. It's not a borrowed concept. I have developed a three-step framework which guides any exporter, any entrepreneur, any firm which is in the international business, how to go from here to there.
Indeed, a wonderful concept, sir. And today, in the cutthroat competitive markets, it's heartening to see that you're putting the customer first. You're saying that the customer is the king, the trust value is important, which is something that people forget when they're, indeed, as you said, taking shortcuts to success. And we now finally know what the Pink Beagle means. So let us see the trailer for the Pink Beagle. So I'm going to share my screen now and let's. So that's the wonderful trailer for the Pink Beagle, and I'm sure that it has got your attention now. So let's get started with the rest of the program. And here we have our speaker sessions. So we're going to proceed with it. And our first speaker of the session is. Just a minute.
Please mute yourselves, everybody, please.
So our first speaker of the session is Vikas Mohan Khosla. He shares his name with the author Vikas. Vikas Mohan Khosla is a serial entrepreneur. He's the keynote speaker and an author of the Amazon bestseller Fall Flat to Stand Tall. He has spoken on stages around the world and impacted thousands of lives with his story of failure to success. He strongly believes in the saying that it's not the size of a man in a fight, the size of the fight in a man that matters. He's passionate to reach out and pay forward to the society through his organization Divya Shakti, which means divine source. So, please do share your views on the Pink Beagle. You are both best-selling authors. You both share the same name, and I'm sure you have a special connection here. So please do let us know what you think of the Pink Beagle, about a little about yourself.
Thank you, Chitra. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, and congratulations to Dr. Vikas Singh. That's another book. I remember, putting out one book in the marketplace was a challenge for me. But Dr. Vikas Singh, I would rather call him Vikas because we share the same name and we are good friends. So he's been putting one book after another book and after another book. So congratulations to Dr. Vikas Singh for this phenomenal work. In fact, as soon as I heard the title of the book when Vikas spoke to me, The Pink Beagle, what came to my mind was it's a very, very old movie. And the name of the movie was Pink Petticoat. It's about World War II. And the submarine had an issue and they had to repaint the submarine in an emergency. And what they did was, the only color that was available in the market to paint the submarine was a pink color. So they had to paint the submarine in a pink color, and ultimately that became the savior for the submarine, and everybody survived because of the pink color. And it confused everyone. What is this pink color thing going in the sea? So when I read the title, The Pink Beagle, I instantly know that this is going to be something different and something unique. So I've shared my journey with Vikas for the last number of years. We've been very good friends, and we've traveled in the author industry together for the last number of years. And particularly, Vikas's guidance into my export business, because one of my business is an export business, and his guidance and his unique understanding of the international market has helped me as well. So I can, vouch for the experience, the knowledge, and the wisdom that Dr. Vikas holds in the international market. And the strategies that he can come up with are really, really wonderful. So, anybody who's looking out to venture into international markets, and not only international markets, guys, today it's time about a global village. I remember, when we were young, we would wait for a year for a Hollywood movie to release in India. So it would be releasing in, let's say, in 1993 in New York, but it would release in India in 1995. But today, there are international movies which are released worldwide on the same day all around the world. So it's a global village. Things have changed, conditions have changed, and Dr. Vikas Kumar has shared his insights, his experiences in this book. And whether you are in the local market, international market, if you are in any kind of business, and if you want to get going, I would personally recommend you all to read this book. And I would personally recommend you to learn from it. And I've been loving Vikas's post. I don't know how many of you, I hope all of you are following Dr. Vikas on LinkedIn. I love his illustrations. I love his posts. And the incidents and the stories he shares are phenomenal. So, there are a lot of speakers in line. We have a short time. I can speak regarding his book for another 15-20 minutes very easily. But, I don't want to take or eat into other people's time. The only thing I would say is, cheers to Dr. Vikas for this book, and my heartfelt congratulations to him, and a go ahead to all of you to please read. Don't say you will read. Read it, learn. You can learn from your experience. You can learn from other people's experience. It's always better to learn from other people's experience and years of experience. Grasp that, and everything that you learn, you can apply into your life. It's not international market. You start off with your life, then you start off with your business, and then you start off with international business. So congratulations, and thank you all, and God bless you, Dr. Vikas.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. And I'm sure you have motivated everyone here who's watching to read The Pink Beagle. And it's so heartening to see that, you personally know Dr. Vikas K Singh, and you have applied a little bit of his knowledge into your business as well. And I'm sure The Pink Beagle is going to really help those who are going to venture into international marketing, because he has condensed years of practical experience and years of conducting workshops and working with brands into one concise book. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. We are going to move to the next.
Vikas sir, I just loved your quote. You know, it's not the size of the man in a fight, but the size of the fight in a man. Just love that quote.
That's a wonderful quote Vikas Mohan Khosla has here.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it is. Absolutely.
So let's move on to the next speaker, and that is Mr. Sachin Jain. Mr. Sachin Jain is a result partner, TEDx speaker. He's a published author and director of My Lakshya Consulting. He started his professional career with Bosch and later started his own transformation and sales management consulting venture. As a result partner, his vision is to help people and work along with them to come out of the comfort zone. He believes that everyone can live a happy and fulfilled life and satisfying results achieved on both personal and professional front while contributing to others' lives. He is an MBA in International Business, OE Sales Qualification from IIM Bangalore, Business Strategies for Emerging Markets Certificate from HSC University, Russia, and a Certified Life Coach and ICF Certified Executive Coach from ILA. We are honored to have you, sir. Please do share your experiences of working with Dr. Vikas K Singh about his books and a little bit about yourself as well. Sachin sir, are you there? Can you hear me?
I think, okay, so I'm audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So thank you for this illustrative description of my introduction. Thank you for that. And congratulations, Vikas and Piyush, for this international launch. And today, Vikas is actually beaten in me in the race, because I was the one who introduced Vikas to Piyush, and I am still writing my book, and Vikas has taken that leap forward. I don't know, Piyush is helping him or what, I don't know. Anyway, so jokes apart, when we talk of Vikas as a person, it was more than 2 years which I have been interacting with him, and he's a person, like whenever you ask him something, at least I have asked him something, he has always delivered. Delivered in what sense? I'll tell you. He has delivered me in the confidence level. Like my TEDx speaking was there in Agra, and he traveled to my location from Gurgaon. You know, it was just a phone call to him, because it's my first speaking event. Can you come over? And there was no thinking. He said, yes, I'll be there. You cannot imagine what confidence I got it. Somebody from my own circle is there in front of me. And not only this event, Vikas has helped me whenever I have asked him. I think forward, yes, I will send it. So he has never think मैं busy हूँ या कुछ हूँ. मतलब he as a person I'm telling, it's a fantastic person and down to earth. उसके साथ मैं कहीं पे खड़े होकर चाय भी enjoy कर सकता हूँ. It is not only 7 stars I can have it. I can even take a break at the side of a street and have a cup of tea. I think Vikas can remember that in Agra, that the cup of tea which we have. So referring to all this sweet moment, Vikas, fantastic person, always available. He's most of the time available globally, not in India. But okay, I always ask, ab India mein kab aa rahe ho? That is my first question. India mein kab ho? So this is what my memories with him is. Coming to the professional side, this book, because as a sales consultant, for me, any entrepreneur who is starting in locally will have many mentors, many consultants available to tell you about what is happening in local, emerging markets, what is happening there. But when you talk of global is not only emerging, it is also including the developed country strategies. So for the person who has walked the talk, who has have the experience of launching so many brands internationally and managing those brands, and brand is not only one part, it is FMCG, it is other your clothing brands also. So when you talk of experiences in a there are a lot of brand value is there. It's, I'll say, a different type of I'll say challenges he must have faced while launching this and maintaining this. And when I talk of challenges in entrepreneurship, when we talk of entrepreneurship, having strategies, having product in one part, but playing in a red ocean and playing in a blue ocean is totally different. So when you talk of blue ocean, everybody will not be able to understand what is red ocean, what is blue ocean. But I'm confident because this book, this Pink Beagle, what he says is very clearly telling how can you come out of your red ocean to a blue ocean. But the way he has mentioned this blue ocean from a management concept, he has made it so lean, so simple that it is connected to a beagle, that everybody will have a black color, a brown color, but how can you develop a pink beagle? So for an entrepreneur, having a marketing strategy, having product is one important, but how to get a pink beagle, how to become a unique in your area. Because when you see leaders around you, when you talk of any leader in one category, the leader always talks of future. And when you talk of future means you are creating pink beagle in your product portfolio. If you're not having product portfolio, having a pink beagle in that, 100% you are not a leader. So to have this, I'll say the broader perspective of becoming a leader, the question what Vikas asked, do you have a pink beagle with you? When he has got a question, then obviously he has got an answer also. Because what I mentioned earlier, I'm again mentioning, he is a person who has walked the talk, and he is a person who has burnt his finger. I am using a wrong word, but actually everybody who don't want to burn the finger in going globally can take a lesson from his books. And I think in a simple, easy manner, he has been able to deliver that. So I think I can say what Vikas was saying, I can go on and on with this, but from becoming 0 to 1, it again a mathematics perspective, but so saying 0 to 1, everybody will not understand what is 0 to 1. But to get a pink beagle, a unique product, a unique strategy, to be beyond what normal people are thinking, I think the easiest way is to get this book, order this book in the pre-launch or whenever it is available. And I will be the one person who will be visiting Vikas to have a signed copy of this book, and that Vikas has to organize. I don't know how. So Vikas, you have to commit now.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you for this time. Best of luck. Best of luck for international launch also. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Wonderful, Sachin sir. And rightly, you have worked with Vikas, you know him well, and even from our experiences, we know that he's an extremely humble and approachable person, but again, very professional as well. So, and as you know, from Vikas Mohan Khosla, who was a previous speaker, he has said in his speech that it's important to be a failure coach as well, because we have success coaches, but it's important to learn from our failures as well. So as you said that Dr. Vikas Singh has burned his fingers, and so he doesn't want people to commit the same mistakes. So that's, I think, a very important takeaway, that people who are venturing into it for the first time or are sort of wary of the various traps, pitfalls of international marketing can really learn from this book. So thank you for your kind
I'll just
words.
add one more thing. The challenge for this global market is like to go to Bombay, you go to Vikasapatnam, you go to Pondicherry, any location beyond in India, north, south, east, west, you can travel. But for global market, it's really a big challenge to travel one travel also for entrepreneur. That is the length, that is the I'd say the complexity of this business. You can travel in India 10 times to meet a vendor, to meet a customer, but traveling out of India, not only economically, but it's a big challenge. So that is one thing which I see this book will help you to reduce that complexity and understand, and before venturing into that. Sorry for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this, addressing this one. Now it's time for our publisher's note. That is from Piyush Arora. He is from Brown Pages publication. And he has been professionally a writer since 2015, and he has self-published 3 books and 9 anthologies in different genres and themes. He founded the Brown Pages publication in February 2021, and with the aim to provide the best publishing services and consultation. Until now, they have launched 140 plus books in their publication, and there are so many more to come after the Pink Beagle. So we are going to know from Piyush how his experience of working on this book, and what are your expectations from this?
Hello everyone. Thank you, Chitra, and hello everyone. And first of all, Dr. Vikas Mohan Khosla, very congratulations, and such a humble person you are, as everybody said. But yes, I have a Pink Beagle. This is a dummy copy of Pink Beagle, and I literally read that book as a publisher. I read that book because sometimes हमारे पास काफी सारी books आती है, but we don't have time to read all the books. But personally, I read this book, and it is literally helpful for me, because there are many topics like a popular slogan, "Daag achhe hai na." So there is a topic number 10, "Dirt is good." The Pink Beagle is literally a good book for marketing and entrepreneurs who is in starting age and who is in going in the marketing. And the first thing is I want to say is change is constant. The topic number 8, the change is constant, because when we are doing a business, we have to take care of it, what we are doing and what changes we need to do in the business. So literally a great book and a great journal. Thank you, Vikas sir, for a great opportunity for this. And thank you so much to come here to all the guests. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Piyush, for this lovely and short insight into how it was to work on the Pink Beagle. And I agree with you. It really has lots of interesting anecdotes, little stories, branding secrets. I mean, you would expect a non-fiction book to be a little preachy, but this is not like that at all. I have read the book, and when you flip through its pages, there are so many interesting stories that you would be really engrossed while reading it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really agree with you on that point, that it's indeed a very interesting book.
I also agree with Piyush on one more thing, that for us also, I'm a professional editor, I'm running TCC. For us also, it's not always possible to read every book from page to, from cover to cover. So sometimes we are not able to, but this is one book that even I am looking forward to read. I haven't read yet, but in the next couple of days, I will read the book, because being a young entrepreneur myself, and first of all, the title has really captured me. From the time I got to know the title, I've been pretty intrigued about what the book is about. And then being an entrepreneur myself, I think this would really come in handy, So this is a book that I'm also looking forward to read. And that does not happen with every book that we work with. So yeah, I agree with you on that as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Niladri. Now, to make things a little more interesting, let's watch a special feature from the author. So this is a very unique video that the author has shared with us, and let's watch it together.
We are living in a highly unpredictable environment with a record inflation.
Inflation could stay at 7.5% for months and years.
It's turbulent times never seen in history.
Cases and hospitals.
I'm sorry, there was a glitch. Let me just start it again.
We are living in a highly unpredictable environment with a record inflation.
Inflation could stay at 7.5% for months and years.
It's turbulent times never seen in history.
Cases and hospitalizations in terms of COVID are spiking yet again.
There's a war crisis looming on Europe.
Global economic prospects have been severely set back, largely because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Economic crisis in Asia.
Sri Lanka has a massive debt problem that's been caused by Chinese infrastructure funding.
Financial crisis threatening the world. Supply chain is disrupted.
A lot of these supply chain disruptions are driving these increased costs that we're seeing.
Ports are congested.
The major source of the problem is this congestion at the ports. In Los Angeles and Long Beach, 60,000 containers are waiting.
Ship turnaround time is rising.
container ships in Singapore's port are facing turnaround delay.
Consumers are losing trust in big brands and large corporations.
Some companies are less honest when it comes to what they show versus what they serve.
Gap between importers' expectations and exporters' market knowledge is rising.
The supermarkets in the country are all stocked out with basic baby food. Last week, the average out-of-stock rate for baby formula was 43%.
As an entrepreneur, now is your time to act with courage and rewrite history. Destiny is tapping your shoulder to rise and meet up the global challenge. To stand out in the marketplace. To create the Pink Beagle. Because time will show the difference.
So that was a really stylish video for the Pink Beagle, and we all know that's in true Dr. Vikas Singh style, because everything that he does is stylish. So now that we have seen the video, let's proceed with the rest of the speaker sessions. Our next speaker is Puneet Ratna, sir. Puneet Ratna is the director at Blendco Global. He's based in Riga, Latvia, and his company specializes in the export of tea, coffee, cut rags, and other commodities from Asia. With his company heavily focusing on Eastern European and Russian markets, Puneet knows how a business has to constantly gear up with the demands of constantly changing world and the business ecosystem. Let's hear a few words from his vast experience about business ideas, current global situation, and steps needed to mitigate risk in international markets. So, Puneet, sir.
Hi, everyone. It has been a pleasure to be here today. And I think while most of us have known Vikas before, we are known to Vikas before, I have had the pleasure to work with Vikas for many years. I have known him since 2009. And while many people will be getting the guidance through the book, I have had the opportunity to learn a lot from him in real life. And in fact, I had got the courage to start my own company, by the ideas of Vikas, by his constantly, whenever we used to work together, and in my work, whenever I had some challenges, I used to consult him, and he always used to come up with some, very good ideas. And because he was always a very good performer in the company also, so I knew that those ideas will work, and they really worked for me. So thanks to you, Vikas, for giving me this courage. Now, regarding the book, I think it is a very appropriate book in today's environment. About borderless, business. I think it's when you are doing a business, it's like, driving on a road. You never know what will come, who can come in front of you, where you have to stop, where you might face a traffic jam, something, right? So today's world, in fact, has been going around in a different direction. Instead of borderless, my opinion is that it is going towards a more bordered world, because when we look at the coming sanctions, when we look at the different, countries gearing up in groups, and they are, trying to, instead of being the whole world as one group, they are trying to segregate themselves. And there are, for example, we see now that NATO is becoming one group, and Russia, on the other hand, will also make another group for sure, with mostly the Asian economies. So how to do business under these scenarios? It is a very challenging thing which an entrepreneur should predict and should know. This can be at the same time a very good opportunity also, because if you are a Pink Beagle, if you have this opportunity, then if you apply your mind in the right direction at this point of time, this can be a very good opportunity also. For example, let's take a real situation. Now, if because my business is mainly, actually my major business of my company is based in Russia and Ukraine only. So, for example, a lot of Western brands have pulled out from the Russian market, right? So, because of the sanctions. So, just imagine the amount of space that is there in this context in a new country where people were trying to sell Asian goods, but they were not getting a chance because Western products were far more superior. And the distributors, the very same distributors who were not entertaining you, now they are calling you to ask if you have got this product or that product. But again, having said this, there are a few principles that has to be followed. While our customer has become soft today, that he can buy products from you today, but you should be very much, be prepared in this manner that in future, if some peace accord takes place, and in future, if again those Western goods start coming back to the market, so what will be the future relationship with that customer who has come to you because of some reason? So all these prospects, how you safeguard yourself from future, situations, and how you prepare about them today. I think Vikas has mentioned a lot of things in this book that will guide you through all this. And of course, it is better to learn from others' experiences. And as one of the speakers has said, that yes, when you are in international business, a lot of money is being spent in traveling. Although with today's modern technology like we are using today, it has been easy to, conduct entire business discussions on these Zoom calls. But still, until and unless you meet someone in person, at least for once, you don't really share, a good rapport with that. So you have to use your resources very wisely, because one business trip can cost you a lot, and you cannot obviously go everywhere in this world. So use your resources very wisely. And I'm sure I'm looking forward to read Vikas's book as soon as I get a copy of it. And I'm sure he has covered all the important subjects in that book. And Vikas, I wish you a very, very successful career as a writer. And I wish that not only through your books, but also through your videos and through your other channels of knowledge that you can share with everyone, you will keep on inspiring all of us. So many, many congratulations to you.
Thank you, dear Puneet. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Puneet, sir. I felt like listening to you on and on. There's been so much experience. You're speaking with so much of experience, and you have your own business. And it really means a lot that you're recommending the Pink Beagle. And it's true that when you're navigating through the treacherous waters of international markets, you need to have the correct mindset, the correct strategies. And I'm sure the Pink Beagle will be able to help with that. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Moving on, we have our next speaker with us, Mr. Vineet Shrivastava. Vineet is a global experience professional having about 29 years of experience in consulting solutions and services in the field of electronics, telecom, and IT solutions. He is a graduate computer science engineer, serving as director in Sahyo Consulting, EduConverge, and Therapy Connect Private Limited. Welcome, Vineet, sir. Please do share your experiences and insights about Dr. Vikas Singh and the Pink Beagle.
Thank you, Chitra. Thank you very much. And many, many congratulations, Vikas, for this write-up, this new book, The Pink Beagle. I'm sure in the just like the last assignments, you must have basically given your thought or your characteristic. I'll just talk about the personality of the Vikas. He has a multi-dimensional characteristic and multi-dimensional personality, which is a charismatic personality, which he tried to put basically in his writing also. So that's why this become very, very convenient for all the people to understand that very easily. Along with his vast experience, his doctorate, he is an keen interest of going in depth to the subject. But along with that, with his characteristic in the multidimensional, I was seeing him last few days back when he was singing a song. So he is not only focused on one subject, he is completely in the market, in the basically life. As a life coach also, he understands all aspects of life, and he puts all his characteristic and all his knowledge in the writing. So his subject, his topic, he has no doubt, because his knowledge about the export is business is very, very vast and very, very deep. So putting those into with that characteristics gives you a very, very, very easy way to understand. And I'm sure this book as well as the coming book will have this kind of the characteristic and give the people very, very strong message with a very easy way. So everybody can understand and basically use that in the today's environment also. I wish you very all the best, Vikas, for this and upcoming book also. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Vineet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for these kind words. And we totally agree with you that, Dr. Singh's persona is really colorful, and that reflects in his writing as well, because we expect such kind of books to be a little dry and not for everyone. But what I found that his writing was really interesting, and we all know his persona from his social media accounts, and we have seen some of his songs as well. So I'm sure the Pink Beagle will appeal to everyone. Thank you so much, Vineet, sir. We'll be moving on to the next speaker of the session and the last, Mr. Sridhar. He's a finance and audit leadership professional based in Saudi Arabia. He is having 3 decades of experience in various industries with retail, logistics, manufacturing, construction. He passed certified public accountant from California Board of Accountancy and successfully has been a USCP exam trainer over a decade. He's a certified world-class speaking coach and program quality director elect for District 79 and for District 79 Toastmasters International for the year 2022-2023. So welcome, Mr. Sridhar, and please say a few words about the Pink Beagle and about Dr. Vikas Singh. So you're on mute. Please unmute yourself. So you're on mute again.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir,
yeah.
you are.
I echo all the sentiments of all the speakers who spoke, because I wouldn't like to repeat, because I am a personal friend of Vikas Singh, and I have known him for several years, and I work in Middle East and Saudi Arabia. And what I like about him is that he's a selfless person, and he tries to share what he got with everyone. Share. And that's so that everybody can leverage. And you know, this volatile markets are so volatile. It's so difficult for a person to go into an international business or whatever it is. But the way he has put up the rights, whatever he writes, so that people can leverage somebody's experience and cuts down one's experience in that field. That's a great thing I find. And not only that, he's a very selfless person and always available to anybody. That's what I see in him. We have worked together in one of the programs, and I see the level of commitment he has got to others. He's always a you-focused guy. Person is focused on the other guy. Always a you-focused. Whatever he speaks, it's not for himself. The way he speaks to others, interests, that captures the audience attention. That's what I've seen. And really, if I go on speaking about him and the book and whatever he writes, it makes so much of sense. And he writes in the word usage of words, everything is so good. I'm talking in that other perspective. So the more I speak, I mean, if I go on speaking about him, it will take an hours and hours together. And he's a very inspiring person, and one has to read that book to reduce the level of the amount of experience we have, physical experience we have. We can leverage it and go into the international markets. So meticulously he writes. That's what I found. So congratulations to Vikas, and wish you all the best. I know it will be going to be a bestseller.
Thank you, dear Sridhar. Thank you very much for your kind words.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I'm sure your wishes will definitely help the Pink Beagle, and you will recommend this book to as many as you can in your circle.
Yeah.
So we move on to our very exciting interaction session. Now there are so many students here, bloggers who are waiting to interact with the author and know more about the work or share their comments. So the stage is open now. We have Saranya, Neha, Salki, Madhuri, Ruchika, everyone who's been waiting to ask questions. Please go ahead.
Hello, Chitra. Can I go? Can I
Yes,
ask
yes.
this?
Yes.
So first of all, congratulations, sir, Vikas sir. I've heard so much about you right now from your friends and colleagues, and the trailer of the book and the blurb of the book is very interesting. Like, you know,
I think there's a problem
I
with
think there's
your
a problem. Yeah.
with the network.
We'll just
national
go
business,
ahead
and
with
I
Madhuri. Yeah. Who wants to go
Hi,
next?
can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Can I?
I think Madhuri is getting disconnected.
Madhuri, there's a problem with your network. Could you just try logging out and then logging back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think I have a question for Dr. Singh, and that is what I gather is that this book, The Pink Beagle, that you've written, okay, so it draws a lot from your own experiences, your own expertise in this field. But besides that, how much of actual research that you had to do for the book, apart from drawing from your own experiences? Did you have to do research, and if you had to do, how much of research did you have to do, and how much time did that take?
So in Niladri, when your business and passion are same, then I don't think you need to do any research, and that's what I've been doing for the last 25 years. Traveling, doing export business, meeting the customers, doing searching new ideas, doing innovative things. That has been my way of life. And when your way of life is same, what your profession is, then I don't think you need to do any research. But having said that, I have done a doctorate in business administration. Globalization and globalization were my key themes. So I have done a lot of research quite number of years back, and after that I have used those experiences and analyzed and then given the shape into this book. Whatever I have learned in the past from my practical experience, as well as from my research which I did for my doctorate, that has been implemented and guided in this book also.
All right. Also one more point that I think Puneet sir touched upon, that this world is increasingly becoming a very digital world, right? Businesses are being conducted over Zoom or Zoom sessions, online businesses, digital platforms such as the Creative Circle, and then there is always that personal touch. You need to have that one-on-one interaction with the client, with your team, and the people you're working with. So how do you think it should be balanced? How do you think it is being balanced now in the current sphere of how the world is, especially after the pandemic, when more, after COVID has forced us to become more digital? So how do you think that's panning out? How important is the one-on-one interaction with people for businesses to grow and prosper?
Let me answer the question in dividing into three parts. One, I will take an era before 2003, 2002, and at that point of time also we were doing business. And that was a time when there was no information available. There was no Google, there was no emails. We used to work on fax machines. Personal travel was the only way to go to the customers, meet them, and seek their opinion or seek their orders. After that, 2003 till pandemic, I would say till 2020, things had revolutionized. Like there was internet, there is websites, emails. So things became quite a lot easier. And after the pandemic, like between last 2 years, there had been hardly been any travel, so people were not traveling. But the point which I want to make is, as Puneet also said, and my personal experiences say, unless you meet the customers, unless you really go into the market and see the market, these desktop research, these Zoom meetings really don't help. They can facilitate, but there is no shortcut to going to the market and meeting the market, meeting your customers. And that's what I have been doing all my life. and that I continue to do. Even after 1 year, 6 to 7 months, I'm traveling in the markets, traveling to the vendors, traveling to the new markets, exploring new things, meeting the old customers. Sometimes the question happens, the same customers you are repeating again and again. Why? But the point is there, like if you do not go and meet your same customer, some other competitor from your same country or other country will just grab him. Okay, so maintaining the customer is also very important, and that's where your personal relationship matters. And that's where again you have to travel, because Zoom will not help in that case. Yeah? So personal travels are absolutely essential. That's my key mantra.
Right. So Madhuri is back. Madhuri, I think you had a question. You can go ahead now.
Congratulations, Vikas sir, and also Chitra, for conducting such a very great book launch. Like, every time I attend a book launch by the creative circle, I get to know about new books and I get a lot of information. And sir, I'm really eager to read your book, The Pink Beagle. First of all, the title is very intriguing, and also the blurb which was mentioned in the meeting regarding how to, gain knowledge and the tactics which will work in the international market is very enlightening. And from what I've heard, from your friends and colleagues and other authors, that you guide them and you're always there for them. That's really nice. I wish I had someone in my life who could guide me and who could help me out. But I'm gonna grab your book so that I'm thinking of going into the international market, and I have few of my friends also who want to start a business in the international market. So I'll read the book and I would love to review it, and I'm sure I would share about your book with my friends also. And I have just one question, sir. If can you share any experience, any unique experience which you had or faced in the international market?
A lot of experiences, but let me share you one of the experiences which I still remember, and that's where when I started that meeting, I said, character before profit, or customer before profit. And that's the incidences happened in Spain in way back in 2000, when there was no internet or something. I was meeting a customer and trying to push him for an order. And I had a local reference also who could speak very good Spanish, and I also speak Spanish, but he was very well in that. But the importer was not speaking English, so I had to take him along with me. And when we were discussing, he showed me one Ganeshji's photo, idol, like a very big Ganeshji like there. So I said, you are importing Ganeshji, and then he narrated his experience that yes, I went to India and in an exhibition which was by Handicraft Council, and he gave an order for the 1000 or some Ganeshji to be imported in Spain. But the Ganeshji, what was shown in the exhibition was about a 1 feet, okay, something like this much Ganeshji. And he took me to his warehouse and showed a whole consignment of 1000 Ganeshji, which were hardly 2 inches or 3 inches of Ganeshji. Now that was the thing, like some exporter who had either cheated him, or there was some communication gap, or I don't know what was the reason. But there was a shortcut into making profit right on the first order only. And instead of giving a 1 foot Ganeshji, he gave them a small, very small Ganeshji. And that created a bad trust between the importer, not with the exporter only, but with the whole country itself. So when he saw I am from India, he said, no, I don't want to do business from India. He was literally didn't want to even listen to me. Forget about the products and anything. He didn't want to listen. Then after a lot of persuasion, he agreed to take a small order, and but his condition was that I will pay you after 90 days. Once the goods reach here, I check them, and then only I'm going to pay. And I agreed for it, because my character, I was clear in my approach that I don't have to cheat. I was very confident what I'm going to export. So that's the message I want to communicate again. Customer before the profits. Okay, so always think of your customer before deciding what you want to export out here. It's not that easy. It takes a lot of time, but over a period of time, you have to develop that mindset, honoring, taking customer, your avatar as the number one for you.
This was a very, very interesting and very insightful experience. Like I totally agree with what you told, that customer is the king, which we often hear in Indian market and Indian shops and all. So I'm gonna definitely keep this in mind, and thank you for this guidance, sir. Thank you so much, and congratulations. And I'm sure your book will do great, sir. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuri. Silky has something to say. Hi, Silky.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. First of all, congratulations, Dr. Vikas, on the successful launch of your book. So I am also a professional chartered accountant, and after listening to all the great comments and experiences from every speaker we had today, I'm really looking forward to read your book. One question that has cropped up in my mind is, what was your inspiration behind this title, The Pink Beagle? I mean, we keep hearing the title, and if one does not read the blurb, they get a complete different image of what this book should be about. But so, how did you get this inspiration from?
So one thing when you are in the international market, it's very obvious. Like one size fits all doesn't work there. Okay, you need to have something unique in marketing. We call it USP. That's your unique selling proposition, or ESP. I call it Pink Beagle, and the concept behind this is that you have seen dogs all around. Which color you see? Black, gray, brown, white. But let me ask you a question. Tomorrow, if I go into the garden and take a pink color dog with me, your eyes will be just on that pink dog only. So that is the pink concept which is coming from there. Like you have to be something unique. And Beagle is a dog which I have in my life, and it's like my also I love Beagle like anything. So that's the concept as I write the Pink Beagle. Okay. So
Oh,
it's
that's so nice.
something very special, something very unique, something very innovative. Whatever you can just imagine. It could be a green cow also. There is no green cow, so it could be the title could be the green cow also. I chose the Pink Beagle, yeah, because of my love for dogs and love for a beagle dog in particular. Yeah.
Amazing. I really look forward to reading your book, sir.
But the Pink Beagle is just a metaphor, but there is a unique. Each and every word has a concept behind it. Okay. When you talk of T, there is a concept of target. When you call of H, it's a holistic. Then you call of E, there's an so each and every word has an abbreviation. It's abbreviated, and there's a meaning to each and every word. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Silke, and thank you, Vikas sir, for explaining that. I think Prachi also has a question, right, Prachi?
Yes. First of all, I would like to congratulate Vikas sir for such a great book launch event, and I'm really much impressed with the introduction of this book. So, sir, a question is arising on my mind that if the beginners of our country will read your book, then do you think it will put a great impact on the growing business on our country?
So let me answer you with numbers. Okay. So when I was in the IFT, I was in MBA way back in 25 years ago. Our teachers used to say India's global trade contribution is less than 1%. Okay? That was the reality. And after 25 or 27 years, what we talk of India is around 250 billions of US dollar, and the world trade contribution in India is just 1.75%. So I think that answers your question, because look at China, it's almost 18 to 19% of the world trade. China has that in kitty. India has just less than 2%. So there's a huge opportunity for India's merchandise exports, and we have a lot of things to export. Only thing is there is no proper guidance, there is no proper strategies to market those things. Look at the artisans in Bhadoi, in Mirzapur, in South, in Karur. We have wonderful products in Odisha also. I traveled to Hyderabad. Here also we see a lot of unique products. But only thing is we need a good strategies to market them abroad, because at the end of the day you may be having the best product in your kitty, but unless you know how to market those in the international markets, you won't be successful. And the numbers which I shared with you gives the answer. Like if we have a contribution of just less than 2% in the world trade, I think there's a way long we have to go.
Yes, That's great. Thank you so much.
There's a
Sir.
huge opportunity in the international markets.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Prachi. And again, thank you, Vikas sir, for the insight. Neha, I think, has a question. Neha. Please unmute yourself, Neha. Yes, go ahead. Neha, you're not audible.
You're not audible, Neha.
No,
I think
yes.
Neha has a issue with her audio. So let's move on to Ruchika. Ruchika also has a question.
Yes, what you can do, Neha, what you can do is you can log off and then log back in and see if you're audible then. Okay. Okay, so we'll
Hey,
move to
Ruchika.
Ruchika, yes.
Yeah, hi. So, very hearty congratulations for your book. So, being a MBA professional, I'm looking forward to read more on international market, especially from the Pink Beagle. I had one question in my mind, sir. If you could tell me one of the best learning while writing the Pink Beagle, then what would it be?
I give you one basic mantra since you are starting and you are just in the college, and if even if you want to start, and there are a lot of entrepreneurs must be here who want to start. So I have just one mantra: start small, and big will eventually come. Okay, so most of the time we have a notion that we have to go with a very big orders, 10 lakh का order चाहिए, 50 lakh का order चाहिए, 5 lakh का order चाहिए, nothing like that. Even if you have get a even if you get a 10,000 का dollar, $100, $200 का भी order आपको मिलता है, just go with it. Learn the method, learn the methodology, okay? Gain some experience, because once you start small, eventually the big will follow. That's my golden mantra for you. Whosoever is starting, don't look for very big orders, because you have to take that first step. Once you take that first step, ultimately your doors will open for the bigger orders also.
And thank you, sir, so much. And so one of the question I had that I'm looking to be a writer in the future days. So like, how should I start with? Currently, I'm so confused. I'm not getting any idea like how to start with my first book.
So as I mentioned to you, take that first step. Write whatever you have in your mind. Even that crabby thing, whatever, even you have to delete everything next day, okay? Just write, because something which will exist today, you can improve upon tomorrow, okay? Then tomorrow, once you get up, you will look at it, and then again you will improve day after tomorrow. But the point is that you have to start somewhere. And that is where most of the people make a mistake. They keep on thinking, yes, tomorrow I will start, and that day never comes. So my suggestion is, whatever is coming in your mind, that blog, that article, that LinkedIn post, or that book, whatever you want to plan it out, just take that first step, take a register, take a thing, start writing it, or if you are using computer, do it on computer. But that first step, first file, first few hundred words have to be there on the with you, because something is there that you can improve on the later stage. But if nothing is there, then everything will be in your head only, nothing will come actually. So then once you write it down something, your most of the confusions will go over a period of time. That's the
So it will
basic
start
method.
connecting the dots.
Yes, you have to start with whatever is there in your mind, just write it down and just keep on improving over a period of time, and you will eventually get your book ready.
You know,
Thank you so much, sir, for your suggestion.
This is so true, because there is a saying in writing and in editing that you can always edit a badly written text, but you cannot edit a blank page.
Absolutely.
You cannot.
So, and what I have done, like I used to write a lot of LinkedIn posts, and those LinkedIn posts only I have included in my book also, beside other things. So that's the way you have to proceed. Yeah.
So, but how
Somewhere down the line.
So how did you get an idea like on what topic you have to start?
So that will be your passion, no? Like, I don't know what profession is your, like I told you, like for 25 years I have been in the international business. So that's my core theme, that's my niche, that I breathe day and out only international business only. So that is, you have to decide what is your niche, what is your strength, what is your core strength, where what drives you, what is your passion. What is that why, which is what we want to, you want to write a book, but why? That question has to be there.
Yeah, we meant to say, what can I deliver to the readers?
Yeah. Absolutely. What message do you want to convey to your people? No?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruchika. I think Saranya has a question. Saranya, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Congratulations on your book. I feel very honored to be a part of this book launch and getting to know you and listening to all the wonderful insights and experiences shared by the speakers is itself a delight. So I have a question for you, sir. I know you have been in this field for a very long time, but what inspired you to write this book in the first place? Like sharing your insight with, a large group of people. So how did Pink Beagle happen?
Okay, so Pink Beagle was in any case had to happen because I want whatever I had learned in my life, whatever research I did my PhD way back in 2007, and after that I was supposed to write a book, but after that I joined some corporate and I didn't get any time to write the book on my thesis itself. So post pandemic, whenever I got the first opportunity, I thought to pen in down whatever experiences I have learned over a period of time, and not only theoretical, but this book is totally, it will give you a lot of ideas, lot of inspirations from other brands, and lot of mistakes which I have done in my life. What are the mistakes which other big brands have done in their journey? Okay, so it's not any theoretical thing which some university professor or somebody has written that book. It's totally a practical guide, and that makes it more interesting. Okay, it's not theoretical at all. It's just totally practical, and there are a lot of ideas and inspirations from history also, like brands which were there 100 years ago and where are they now, and the brands which have been launched in last couple of decades, where are they now? Products like cornflake, how did the cornflake evaluate? How did it come out? What is the journey of the cornflake? How did Coke become global? Not many people know that Coke didn't do any marketing for the becoming the global. Okay, it was the World War I and World War II which made it a global brand. So there are a lot of stories behind different brands and how did they become global.
Yes, so after hearing so much about the book, I'm very excited to read the book, and I'm sure it is going to be a bestseller. So thank you.
Thank you.
I think Sundaram sir has to say something. Yes, sir, please unmute yourself.
I'm pleasure to be here on the Zoom meeting. I'm just thrilled. Zoom meeting, the book launch of the Beagle, Pink Beagle. I definitely congratulate Dr. Vikas Kumar Singh. I've been associated in the import and export business. I know him very well. The first one I used to quote Dr. Vikas Kumar Singh, creativity is another level. Absolutely. And talking to him is like, a breath of fresh air. Whenever I talk to him, because I feel point number one is, whenever I go with a problem, he will try to solve the problem in few minutes, giving ideas. I'm keep learning him, and he is my mentor, a guider, a philosopher in my business. We are associated import and export for the last 10 years. I'm very great. He is the guider who he gives me the business, and he drives me all the way to my life. As of now, he is driving me. And one more thing is, being around him makes everything better. Very honestly, these are the words. I have been associated for the last 10 years. I know him personally. As rightly said, another gentleman, Vikas, he is down to the earth in terms of understanding the other's problem. So others' problem, he tries to solve the problem. But there are so many incidents in my life during these 10 years. Of course he has. Every time he used to complain. I'm seriously, out of 30 days in Hyderabad, he lives 28 days outside the country. Always keep traveling. To catch him, it is very difficult. I need to take an appointment from him. Such a busy man. Why I'm telling you is, his creativity is not in import and export. His creativity is in another level, in all angles, in all business. That's how, you are a gift to those around you. Absolutely. This is the message I just want to give him. And I'm feel proud that I'm here for this meeting along with you for the book launch. And I wish him all the best and good luck to him.
Thank you, Sundaram sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sundaram. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you.
Rekha, any final remarks? She's from Team TCC and she's been really enjoying the meeting from what I can see.
Truly, I'm eagerly waiting to read the book, sir. Congratulations for your book launch. The 3 principles you have gave, I'm sure with this meeting only I've noted many points, insightful points. I'm sure I get more insights reading the book. The 3 principles you have shared, I think not only in import business, import export, everyone needs to have that branding, needs to know that branding, customer is first, and character. You need character is more important because you are representing your country. Thank you very much for those principles, sir. I'm a freelance content writer and I live in an emirate that hosts a global village. So this question, because of this changing policies, this question has arisen. How should one keep up with the changing policies in each country or the country they are, importing and doing the business? A little insight.
So first of all, you have to understand, yes, it's a dynamic world. Things are changing every moment. Like there's nothing constant here. Few days back, few months back, Russia was one of the biggest trading partner. Today it's out, like we can't openly do business with them because of the dollar issue with them. Of course, now there are some new mechanisms coming up where they are allowing ruble and rupee trade. So the world is changing. And then 20-30 years ago, there were a lot of trading blocks. You talk of NAFTA, you talk of SAFTA. I don't know how many people are aware. NAFTA is North American free trade area. Then there was South America free trade area. Then there is ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nation. Then a lot of these trading blocks were in the earlier also. Now more and more trading blocks are coming up. Okay, now there are some countries which are having their own most favored nation treaties. Like India has a lot of treaties with Sri Lanka, with Cambodia, with Thailand. So as an international business manager, there is no shortcut that there is a one particular guide that you read it and it will, because it will keep on changing. What is today, we are having something, tomorrow it will be something else. Till last year, China was the biggest trading partner with India. Now, the latest report as per 2022, India is the number one, the United States is the number one trading partner with India, okay? China has become number 2. So things keep on, it's a dynamic world, keeps on changing. And as an international business manager, you have to keep your eyes and ears open. Because what got you here won't get you there, okay? You will have to keep on upgrading yourself with your knowledge. There is no fixed formula. You have to just keep on evolving here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I got introduced to everything what you have done through TCC. I'm sure I'll gain more insights from your book and your social media posts. I'll be following you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rekha. Just a few final comments from my side. A little introduction. I'm a PhD and a postdoc in chemistry, but when I was doing my graduation, my mom literally forced me to do a diploma on export management. So I did it via distance learning mode from Indian Institute of Export Management, Bangalore. And what I can remember from those days is that I had some specialization subjects like softwares and pharmaceuticals, and every approach is different there. So your approach to, actually exporting softwares will be radically different when you're going into the agriculture arena or pharmaceuticals. So what I wanted to know from Vikas sir is that, the strategies when we are doing for different areas, would they be different? And what kind of research should budding entrepreneurs do when they're venturing into different areas? Like if someone is into different areas like agriculture, for software or pharmaceuticals. So what kind of research or brainstorming does one need to do?
Okay, so first of all, that you need to aware of the laws, because laws are very, very important. And for that, you need to read the foreign trade policy of our country, as well as you have to understand the laws of the importing country also, because that's where most of the exporters and importers make a mistake. Now, once you are exporting a normal product like a vegetable or commodities, it's not quite complicated. It's very simple. Okay, it's not many documentations are needed for that. Just basic document. But suppose you are exporting some restricted products like liquor or tobacco, or maybe you are exporting some products which maybe have a dual use. Okay, like some products, there are some chemicals, there are some raw materials which can be used for a bad purpose also by some terrorist organizations, and they also have a use in the medicine field also. There are a lot of chemicals like that. For that, by mistake, if you export such kind of products, then you can be in big trouble. Okay, for that, so getting a right knowledge is very, very important. So coming back to your question, suppose it's a pharma product, it's a normal pharma product you can export, but if suppose it needs a special license, special tests, special certifications, then you should be aware of those risks. And particularly for the pharma products, the things are very, very strict outside India. Your single product registration takes almost 2 to 3 years. For you have to submit all the product dossiers and all the GMP certificates, manufacturing certificates, all those certificates. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful. Once you identify the product, do a proper research, not only about your product but in the importing country product. Ask the importer what all documents does he need at the clearance, because we have faced many times we export a product outside India, and once it reaches the port, importer is not able to clear it. He says, I need this documents, that documents, and most of the times after exporting, making a document becomes very, very difficult. Okay, some are standard documents which you can give, but special documents related to the shipment, it is impossible after the export of shipment. So that's where you should be master of your product. Whichever you are exporting, you should do proper research. Don't get excited. Don't take any shortcuts. Do a proper research, and then only make your first step. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. That was
like for this
really
particular chemical. There's a license called SCOMET. I think it's special. They call it SCOMET. Okay, SCOMET is a license you have to take from the government before exporting such dual products, wherever there is a usage which can be used for multiple things. Okay, it can be used on a good purpose, as well as it can be used for a bad purpose also. So know your product, know your customer, know your product thoroughly.
Great, sir. And we have had so many useful takeaways from this session alone that now you can perfectly realize why we are recommending the Pink Beagle. So it's going to be live soon. So please grab your copies. So if you want to know the success mantras of the borderless world, if you want to know all the branding secrets and tips and practical wisdom from the very best at your fingertips, the Pink Beagle is for you. So we have come to the end of this session. Thank you so much, everyone who attended and everyone who has interacted. We are really grateful to have such speakers and bloggers with us. We really thank you all from the core of our hearts and wish the Pink Beagle and Dr. Vikas K Singh all the very best for this new journey. And we hope that this book has lots of new readers. So if you're watching this, please go check out the Amazon link and please read the book as soon as possible.
Best of luck, Dr. Vikas. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, sir, for your book.
Thank you.
All the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations and all the best.